Yo, what's up, guys? If you're new here, we're the October. So we've been watching Game of Thrones, and Joffrey Baratheon in the show, Jack Gleason is the guy who portrays him. Apparently he drew a lot of inspiration from one of the characters in this movie, and I've never seen it. You've never seen it. This is one of her dad's favorite movies. He tells us that we should watch it every time we see him. So Mr. Ron, this one's for you, and I'm ready to go. You ready?
Let's go.
Gladiator. At the height of his power, the Roman Empire was vast, stretching from the deserts of Africa to the borders of northern England. Over 1/4 of the world's population lived and died under the rule of Caesars.
Sounds delicious.
That is true. Gotta get serious now. Just one final stronghold stands in the way of Roman victory and the promise of peace throughout the empire. Those names got tough.
Okay, the music already?
So this is Russell Crowe, the actor. I don't know if you know that or not.
No, I have no idea who that guy is. Germania. You know, I'm gonna keep all Roman things that I do or do not know to a minimum.
So far, these costumes are tough.
I know.
Look at what he's wearing. This is Roman time, so this is around like 180, 180, somewhere in there.
It said 180.
180? Yeah, 180.
So a respected leader we see.
Still nothing?
Not a sign.
How long has he been gone?
Nearly 2 hours. Will they fight, sir?
We shall know soon enough. They say no.
Is that a headless horseman?
Yeah, they sent him back.
Oh my gosh.
So they declined, huh?
Wow.
That's crazy, dude.
Would I?
The fact that this was made 23 years ago blows my mind already.
Yeah, we might be on a
Strength and honor.
Strength and honor.
we might be on the verge of a banger right here.
At my signal, unleash hell.
Love that dog loyalty.
Look, they're just casually they're not even worried about it. They know they're about to win.
Yeah, with these makeshift weapons.
Load the catapults. Archers ready. Archers! Knock! Knock!
Look at the chain. That is so sick. The chain suits.
Patres! 3 weeks from now, I will be harvesting my crops. Imagine where you will be, and it will be so.
That was tough.
Hold on, stay with me. Do not be troubled, for you are in Elysium, and you're already dead. Brothers, what we do in life echoes in eternity.
Man, they brought out the writers for this one.
He said he will be surviving this battle. He'll be
What was that place? He said
Elysium.
Elysium. Okay, so he believes in Elysium. Knox.
Archers, ignite!
Yeah, that's all they had to do.
Archers, roll!
Why are they even coming to this advanced warfare?
Could you imagine seeing like open field combat like this though, with archery and cannons and stuff, or catapults?
I don't know, just imagine like walking by it. You're
This
just in
would
the
be
woods.
crazy. I guess we're desensitized to like what we see in modern times, but this is just wild right here.
I know. That's gotta be upper management because they're in the back, right?
Talking about that guy in the purple?
Yeah,
Yeah, who is that guy?
upper management, as always. Or as Magneto would say, let the pawns go first.
I mean, yeah, the Roman Empire was just ahead of everybody. They were so like well organized. They're so much more advanced. Oh, there he goes. Oh, they took him down. Yeah, he about did, didn't he? I mean, dang, dude, this movie just came out swinging, didn't it?
I know.
That's that high shutter speed effect right there.
I hope he wins the war. I don't think I've ever seen like a battle scene like that before.
That
like,
was
ever.
intense. That was really good.
It was just different. Everything about that was different than I've ever seen before. In a good way. Was that like a thank the heavens?
Yeah, that sigh of relief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think he's really dying?
He's been dying for 10 years.
Oh, there he
If he
is.
weren't really dying, he wouldn't have sent for us.
Maybe he just misses us.
He wouldn't have summoned them.
Peace comes.
Commodus, that's his name.
He's made his decision. He's going to announce it. He will name me.
So what, he's the Prince vibes?
Sire,
Where's the Emperor?
he's at the front, sire. They've been gone for 19 days. The wounded are still coming in.
My horse.
He looks clean too, though.
Nice work, guys.
You have proved your valor yet again, Maximus. Let us hope for the last time.
There's no one left to fight, sire.
There is always someone left to fight. How can I reward
Yeah,
Rome's
yourself.
greatest general?
Let me go home. They honor you, Caesar.
And for you, Maximus, they honor you.
So he's the emperor, and he likes
Maximus,
right.
the general.
But his son thinks that he's about to name him.
Why's he gotta name anybody right now?
That's what he said in the carriage. He said, "My father will name me." 'Cause
Oh,
he
yeah,
said he's
yeah,
about to
yeah.
die or something.
Have I missed the battle?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Have I missed it?
You have missed the war.
Father, congratulations. I shall sacrifice 100 bulls to honor your triumph.
Save the bulls. Honor Maximus. He won the battle.
General, Rome salutes you, and I embrace you as a brother. It has been too long, my old friend.
Highness.
Here, Father, take my arm.
I think it is time for me to leave.
He didn't want your arm, Loki. That's what that meant.
Yeah, you done missed the whole war.
So much for the glory of Rome.
It's kind of crazy. I didn't know you could just miss a war. You know, I thought it just would find
You
you.
could just pull up after.
Yeah.
General, still alive? Still alive.
The gods must have a sense of humor.
The gods must love you.
Here he is.
Highness.
Senator Gaius, Senator Falco.
Maximus.
Going to need good men like you.
How may I be of service, Highness?
You're a man who knows what it is to command. You give your orders, the orders are obeyed, and the battle's won. But these senators scheme and squabble and flatter and deceive. Maximus, we must save Rome from the politicians, my friend. Can I count on you when the time comes?
Highness, when your father releases me, I intend to return home.
Lucilla's here. Did you know? She's not forgotten you. And now you're the great man.
So he's jealous. That's what I'm sensing.
Father.
Oh, so the guy's sister likes him.
Strong.
I see.
You sent for me, Caesar?
I am dying, Maximus. How will the world speak my name in years to come? Will I be known as the philosopher, the warrior, the tyrant? Or will I be the emperor who gave Rome back her true self? There was once a dream that was Rome. You could only whisper it.
Different political
More than a
feel.
whisper, and it would vanish.
Yeah, the politics are different between him and his son.
I fear that it will not survive the winter. Maximus, let us whisper now, together, you and I. You have a son. Tell me about your home.
My house is in the hills above Tehillo. Very simple place.
When was the last time you were home?
2 years, 264 days, and this morning.
Wow.
I envy you, Maximus. It was a good home, worth fighting for.
He
There
said
is
worth
one
every
more
grape.
duty that I ask of you before you go home.
What would you have me do, Caesar?
I want you to become the protector of Rome after I die. I will empower you to one end alone, to give power back to the people of Rome. Won't you accept this great honor that I have offered you?
So, oh my God.
Didn't he just say he wanted to be at home?
Maximus, that is why it must be you.
But surely a prefect, a senator, somebody who knows the city, who understands her politics.
But you have not been corrupted by her politics.
The outsider approach. Oh wow, that sucks.
Commodus is not a moral man. You have known that since you were young. Commodus cannot rule. He must not rule.
Uh-oh.
You're the son that I should have had. Commodus will accept my decision.
I need some time, sire.
Yes. By sunset, I hope you will have agreed.
Man, that is so much that just got put on his feet right there.
I know. He just was talking about how much he loved his home, and then he gets thrown with that.
Well, maybe at that point he can at least be with his family.
Favors you now.
My lady,
What did my father want with you?
to wish me well before I leave for home.
You're lying.
So that was an old item. You can tell.
He basically just called her a serpent.
Stop. Commodus expects that my father will announce his succession within days. Well, you served my brother as you served his father.
I will always serve Rome.
Do you know, I still remember you in my prayers.
I was sad to hear of your husband's death. I mourned him. And I hear you have a son.
Yes, Lucius. He'll be nearly 8 years old.
My son is also nearly 8.
My son too.
Here we go. We should all just get together.
Play date.
Right.
Ancestors, I ask for your guidance.
This movie feels heavy though, doesn't it?
Do what the gods desire.
Jeez.
Blessed Father, watch over my wife and son with a ready sword. Whisper to them I live only to hold them again.
Oh.
Ancestors, I honor you.
This poor guy.
Yeah, they're really humanizing like the Roman soldiers and stuff. I always just picture it to be like, I don't know, man, almost like it didn't really happen or something, you know?
Like super grisly because they were just warriors the whole time.
Yeah, like they were just brainless, just.
We may not be able to go home after all.
Oh God, I don't want to see the announcement. I don't know what he's about to do. I don't really know him.
Are you ready to do your duty for Rome?
Yes, Father.
You will not be emperor.
Which wiser older man is to take my place?
My powers will pass to Maximus, to hold in trust.
Oh my gosh.
It is ready to rule once more. Rome is to be a republic again.
Maximus.
Did you hear that music change?
My decision disappoints you? Your faults as a son is my failure as a father.
Oh.
There's got to be truth to that, right?
I would put to the whole world. If you would only love me.
He's got some real daddy issues, don't he?
Yeah. Oh my
Oh, he's
gosh.
suffocating them. Bro, you should have at least waited.
Oh my
Be so
gosh.
suspicious. Right there in front of everybody, symbolically.
Yeah. He saw it.
Our great father is dead.
Does she know?
I don't know, like how ironic, right?
I would have put that together. Well, I don't know.
The surgeons say there was no pain. His breath gave out as he slept.
Father.
Your emperor asked for your loyalty, Maximus. Take my hand. I only offer it once.
He's doing an ego play right now?
Oh no.
Quintus.
Oh no.
Guys, this is really heavy right now, man. This guy's stressing me out. Love his character, though. Jeez. Oh, she knows.
Yeah, because, yeah. It's a pretty weak one there. What?
I must talk to the senators.
She basically said, I know what you did, but what can I do, man? It is what it is at this point.
Why are you armed, Quintus?
Guards,
Oh, man.
The state's getting involved, man. Corruption set in.
I'm sorry, Caesar has spoken. Right until dawn, and then execute him.
Quintus, look at me. Look at me! Promise me that you will look after my family.
Your family will meet you in the afterlife.
Dude.
As in, they're killing him or they're killing the family?
Seems like both.
Oh, God. That's the execution yard.
That better not be his family, I swear.
Kneel.
Let Father watch over my wife and son. Whisper to them that I live only to hold them again. At least give me a clean death, a soldier's death.
Oh, that's better? Because it's straight to the... Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh my god, he just grabbed that sword like that? Oh.
The frost. Sometimes it makes the blade stick.
Yeah, he knows that because he's a soldier. Oh, there just ain't no shot.
So he's the best.
Praetorian!
Drinking on the job.
Right. Battle room.
I know. Did he miss?
I think he just hurt his shoulder because there's just so much force.
Oh, or not?
Yeah, you can't just cut somebody like that without consequence. It's gonna hurt.
Good job, Maximus.
What? That scene was tough, wasn't it? Yeah, that really helps to like illustrate the importance of the moment right there.
2 years, 264 days, and this morning.
Oh, he's really hurting. Is that them?
Oh, that's the state. Oh my god, this tyrant's about to kill his whole family just because, bro. Maybe he doesn't want that little boy to come back in the future and get revenge or something.
Or maybe he just is that mad that he said no. That he wasn't gonna be loyal to him.
And he's so excited to see him, guys. What in the world?
What? They just trampled him like that? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, he's so close too. I remember them bases. Dang.
I mean, yeah, communists would just have to assume he's dead because you know the lengths that man's gonna go through to kill that guy now. Like you can't
have to see it right now.
Like you can't take everything from. Oh my god, bro, they took everything from him. Like he has nothing left to lose.
Yeah, it's over for him. He knows this is about him because everyone else was on the ground.
Yeah, true. It just sucks, man, because not to make parallels to Game of Thrones, but it's almost like Eddard Stark. Like he had decisions to make. He could just keep his mouth shut and keep it moving, and he could have went home potentially. You know. I mean, I know the guy said he was going to use them in the future, but he's got his moral principles though. It ended up costing him everything.
Mm-hmm.
That must be that place. What do you call it? Havana or something?
Elysium?
Elysium, that's what it was called.
They told him don't die?
We'll meet them again.
No. Ooh.
They will clean it. Wait and see.
Oh, yeah.
Who did he get picked up by?
The guy in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Don't die. They'll feed you to the lions. They're worth more than we are.
Zukabar.
A Roman province.
Proximo, my old friend. Have you seen my new stock? Come and see them.
Do any of them fight? I got a match coming up.
Some are good for fighting, others for dying. You need both, I think.
Get up.
Oh, so he got picked up and like he's being sold into like bondage and stuff.
Yeah, like Thor did on Ragnarok.
Ragnarok, yeah.
What's your trade? Was a hunter. Mark of the Legion.
Ugh.
Deserter.
Spaniard.
I'll take 6 for 1,000.
1,000? The Numidian alone is worth 2,000.
I'll give you 2,000 and 4 for the beasts. That's 5,000.
Who's the beast?
There was like that hyena thing and some monkeys. So that man just bought them.
How long does it take to get into my own house? I am Proximo. I did not pay good money for you for your company. I paid it so that I could profit from your death. And as your mother was there at your beginning, so I shall be there at your end. And when you die, and die you shall, your transition shall be to the sound of...
To clapping.
Gladiators, I salute you.
The title right there. The queer giraffes.
So he like bought them to make them gladiators to like bet on them?
The prophet, he said. That's wild.
Yellow. Good. Red.
Red.
That man's over here fighting Ken Shamrock.
Who's that?
Google Ken Shamrock, you'll know.
That's the contender right there.
What's going on with you, bro? You don't want to fight for this dude? He said, yeah, I ain't a slave, bro.
That's enough for the moment. His time will come.
When it's like with a real sword, that will be his time.
Right, yeah.
Spaniard, why don't you fight? We all have to fight. Is that the sign of your gods? Will that not anger them?
Oh, he's trying to like cut it out. He was trying to get rid of it.
His god's done some wrong things for him, he thinks.
Wasn't that like something for his army or something? Or was that like a religious thing?
I don't know.
So what is he, like turned into like a nihilist or something because his family died, so he just doesn't see the purpose in anything?
Red. Visigoth's color.
What is all that? So this is the thing the town does, huh?
Yeah, these are some tough times.
They said war times. This is what we're focused
Some of you
on.
are thinking you won't fight. Some that you can't fight. Listen.
Y'all a little cuckoo for that.
Thrust this into another man's flesh. And they will applaud and love you for that. You may begin to love them for that. Ultimately, we're all dead men. Sadly, we cannot choose how. But we can decide how we meet that end in order that we are remembered as men.
What a motivational speech to your death. Like, why?
Yeah, I might hop up and put you to your death, bro. Uh-oh, he's about to go LeBron James on him.
Oh, it's game time.
So this is like what, the amateurs? The amateur league?
I don't know. Oh.
Well, in Roman times, they fought in like the huge Colosseum, in the Roman Colosseum. That was like the
so
big
this is
show
like-
right there.
This is like double A.
Oh, he's peeing on himself.
Oh yeah, they're in just a little small province.
Right.
Yeah, but that guy looks like he's got a nice weapon for that little province. So basically fight or die?
Basically fight or die.
Oh no.
It's just a big like free-for-all, isn't it?
So that guy just bought them for entertainment? So wrong.
So that way he could buy, sell some tickets. Oh, they're shackled together.
Oh my, that's even worse.
Let's go, dude. Did they get him? No, not him.
Yeah, but they don't, do they have to fight each other after? Because
I don't know. I don't know the rules. I ain't never been here.
me either. No way. The crowd loves it. They're going nuts.
If you ever like didn't have faith in humanity, imagine being those freaking people. You know what I'm saying? Like looking at everybody just cheering while you're slaughtering each other. It'd be crazy.
That could have been Maximus.
Oh, they don't all love him.
Whoa.
He enters Rome like a conquering hero. What has he conquered?
Time, Gracchus. He's young. I think he could do very well.
For Rome or for you?
Caesar. Senators.
They
Rome
literally
breeds
say
a
Hail
new
Caesar.
Emperor. Thank you, Falco.
Caesar.
Gracchus.
All Rome rejoices in your return.
He bought him?
There are many matters that require your attention.
I think I understand my own people.
Then perhaps Caesar will be so good as to teach us out of his own extensive experience.
Well, we just challenged him publicly.
Commodus, the Senate has its uses.
What uses? All they do is talk. It should be just you and me in Rome.
He has a way of like dismissing all the like wisdom and stuff that people's bestowed before him by like his words. Like the way he just said that.
People the greatest vision of their lives.
He made it seem like they're just rambling old men.
Yep.
And then he's not saying much here. He's just saying, I'm gonna give them a vision.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
That's the fire.
Games. 150 days of games. He's cleverer than I thought.
Clever. You really think that people are going to be seduced by that?
He'll bring them death, and they will love him for it.
So
I guess that's his vision. Yeah, basically.
It's to keep everybody's thoughts off the politics and more on like people killing other people.
Right, because apparently because the empire's falling apart. Because we all know how the Roman Empire really fell apart internally, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love how this is offering like so much insight into that. Spaniard.
A Spaniard be making these people look like child's play.
He kebabbed him. That was easy.
Are you not entertained?
Okay.
Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
He doesn't even care to like correct him at all. Oh, he's starting to love him for it.
You're good, Spaniard, but you're not that good. You could be magnificent.
I'm required to kill, so I kill. That is enough.
That's enough for the provinces, but not for Rome. 50,000 Romans. watching every movement of your sword, as if you were the Thunder God himself.
You were a gladiator.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, he was speaking from experience. You could tell.
He touched me on the shoulder, and I was free.
Yeah, do that for me real quick, bro.
knew Marcus Aurelius?
I did not say I knew him. I said he touched me on the shoulder once.
You ask me what I want. I too want to stand in front of the Emperor.
Oh,
He's playing
okay,
with him
yeah.
because he really knows the
I
Emperor.
wasn't
Like, what
the
you
best
mean?
because I killed quickly. I was the best because the crowd loved me. Win the crowd, and you'll win your freedom.
I will win the crowd.
Man, Maximus has worn a lot of hats in his life.
Mm-hmm.
He went from like a general to being
the
a
best
slave.
general. The best general, the one that was about to get the whole empire handed to
And
him.
now he's a gladiator, and all those people happened upon him and didn't even realize who he was. This man was almost the ruler of the biggest empire in the history of the world up to this point.
They sold him for like $2 grand.
Right.
My home. My wife is preparing food. Will I ever see them again?
Dang.
You'll see them again when you die.
I think so.
My wife and my son are already waiting for me.
You'll meet them again.
Not yet.
Yeah, you got a job to do. You gotta go set Rome right.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm very impressed with this movie so far. Especially for being a 2000s movie. It's so like well put together. Not that movies weren't amazing back then, they were, but
It stands up or holds up. Is it
no,
holds
it's
up
better.
or stands up?
It's better. They don't put this much work.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is from a 2000s, it's still like you would not know this came out in 2000 if you watched it. Unless you knew. Look, defaced. I've like heard about this, but I didn't know like it was really like just to make people like distracted from political things. I just thought it was like, I don't know, part of their culture, like baseball or something.
People had a lot more real problems back then, and they had a lot less immersive distractions. So
Right,
they really had to come up with some
didn't have
shit
an
back
iPad.
then. Yeah.
Good to see you again, old friend. Bring me fortune.
Have you ever seen anything like that before? I didn't
They're
know
just
men could
the
be of
scrappy
such
ones.
things.
Win the crowd.
Inside! Move! Inside!
Better watch out, kid. He's gonna put you on fire.
What is he doing?
He sleeps so well because he's loved.
Come, brother. It's late.
I think the time is almost right. I could announce the dissolution of the Senate.
Oh wow.
A celebration to honor our father. You think I should? Will you stay with me? Stay with me tonight?
You know I won't.
Bro, ain't that your sister? He's on that nasty joint right now.
And kiss me.
Whoa. Jamie Lannister?
Sleep, brother.
That's not all he wanted though, right? I don't know.
That's strange, bro.
He's like, I've fought for this place for so long, now I'm fighting for myself. They know each other.
I think that just reminds him of his son.
No, that's what's her name's son right there, Lucilia's.
Gladiator, are you the one they call the Spaniard?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you're
They
right.
said you were a giant. They said you could crush a man's skull with one hand.
Man's? No. The boys.
I like you, Spaniard. I shall cheer for you.
They let you watch the games.
My uncle says it makes me strong.
Wow.
What does your father say?
My father's dead.
Master Lucius, it is time.
Your name is Lucius?
Lucius Varus, after my father.
That's crazy.
So he knows he's close.
Yeah, he knows he's real close. Hiding his face. Let's go.
And nice choice too. That thing looked intense. But how can you win the crowd if you don't have your face out and stuff?
Because it ain't about the face, it's just about the grace. How you handle yourself out there.
Face the Emperor, and don't turn your back on him. Go, and die with honor.
That'd be a crazy way to die, dude. Not even gonna lie. That might be the craziest way to die.
Like in front of people?
Yeah, in front of
For
like a whole
sport?
stadium. I think it's wild. He said he paid people at his like enunciation basically to come in and show support for the propaganda.
Anyone here been in the army? Yes. You can help me. If we stay together, we survive.
Pleased to bring you the Legionnaires of Scipio Africana!
Is like anyone who arrives in there on site? They would be to me.
Right, like, are you allowed to go right now? Oh, that was a woman on there. Did you see that?
Nice. Look at his men out there being an army.
Yeah, he's leading them, ain't he?
A blowout.
Dude, the crowd's loving it. They're getting hype. Oh.
That's their friend.
Oh, he's knocking him out of the way.
He saved his life. Dang, the sharp sword. They just caused a lot of drama.
Ooh.
Let's go to the chariot! Let's go! Stay with me!
Yeah, he's got that advantage now that he's on a horse, don't he?
They said win the crowd, didn't they?
No one in there just has an easy death. It's brutal for everyone.
Single color!
He's so proud of his little team. He said, I brought y'all boys from the trenches.
Reaping all the benefits, ain't he?
Y'all shined in the light when it was time.
All those smucks in the crowd.
My history's a little hazy, Cassius. But shouldn't the barbarians lose the Battle of Carthage?
Yes, sire. Forgive me, sire.
No. I rather enjoy surprises. Who is he?
They call him the Spaniard, sire.
Uh-oh.
I think I'll meet him.
Oh, he's about to meet him.
He's ready to meet you too. No worries.
Drop your weapons. Gladiator, the Emperor has asked for you.
This is about to be awkward.
Oh, look at him.
Did I just hear somebody yell coward?
Probably.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Do they think he's bowing, but he's picking up a, an arrow?
Rise.
Oh, the little boy came. Oh, might have just saved his life.
Way to make it difficult.
Your fame is well-deserved, Spaniard. I don't think there's ever been a gladiator to match you. As for this young man, he insists you are Hector reborn. Was it Hercules? Why doesn't the hero reveal himself and tell us all your real name?
My name is Gladiator.
How dare you show your back to me? Slave! You will remove your helmet and tell me your name.
Why don't you make him? You personally, you.
Oh, you don't want to know.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the North, general of the Felix Legions, loyal servant to the true emperor Marcus Aurelius, father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next.
Ooh.
Oh, he's listening to the people. You hear that?
Yeah, because he could lose Rome. They don't like him. And I've seen that little feller somewhere. I just don't know where.
He cannot stand the fact that he has to listen to his subjects right now. He's like, fuck your Senate.
Dang.
Hey, that's what he's saying. Because, like, that's what he doesn't want. He doesn't want a Senate.
It's a republic, right?
Right. No, he doesn't want that. He wants a dictatorship. He wants to get rid of the politicians.
Dang. So we did that since Roman times. Gave thumbs up?
Gave thumbs up, yeah. So if he'd have went like this, that means off with your head.
He really hated to do that. That irked him.
He cannot stand the fact that he just had to be, like, reined in by his people.
That means it'll only be worse.
So he took that as like a victory.
That guy was right. If you get the crowd to love you, it will save your life. It sure did. For now.
Hell yeah. I better get some extra biscuits tonight for dinner.
You're number one.
Why Why is he still alive?
I don't know.
He shouldn't be alive. It vexes me. Terribly vexed. What did you feel when you saw him?
You're really pressed about that.
They lied to me in Germania. If they lie to me, they don't respect me.
What will you do?
This way. I knew your brother would send assassins. I didn't realize he would send his best. My family was burned and crucified while they were still alive.
I knew nothing.
Don't lie to me!
I wept for them.
I didn't weep for your father.
I have been living in a prison of fear since that day. To live in terror every moment of every day because your son is heir to the throne.
Oh, wow.
My son.
She's scared he'll kill him.
Innocent.
So is mine.
Right.
What does it matter if I trust you or not?
Today I saw a slave become more powerful than the Emperor of Rome.
With the power only to amuse a mob.
That is power. The mob is Rome. And while
There you go, the mob is Rome.
He controls everything. My brother has enemies, most of all in the Senate. There are some politicians who have dedicated their lives to Rome. If I can arrange it, will you meet him?
Then have him kill Commodus!
I knew a man once, a man of principle, who loved my father.
We know he's lost a lot because of Rome.
Right. Everything.
That man is gone.
Let me help you.
Help me escape.
Forget you ever knew me. Never come here again.
Oh, they're just telling rotten, moldy bread?
Hey, it's better than nothing. The concessions.
I guess. That's almost like insulting.
Well, maybe if you're poor, you just come there and get a little bread action.
The Emperor has deigned this day to favor the people of Rome with an historical final match.
Who's that?
To the Colosseum
I thought there was
today
150 days
after
of
5
this.
years in retirement. Caesar is pleased to bring you the only undefeated champion in Roman history, the legendary Titus of Gaul.
Oh, so this guy right here is the end game, huh? Final boss.
Guess so.
Maximus.
Let's go, Maximus.
They embrace him like he's one of their own. It's been arranged.
So he ordered his death, basically.
But hasn't he like
Already
haven't
done
they
that?
for 64 days?
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, they're just making sure that he can't win, probably. Wait.
Wow.
See, if he would have pulled off a dirty shot, the crowd would have been against him.
Right.
Not fair.
That didn't false start.
Oh, tigres. We got some tigres up in here.
Oh, so they can't go a certain place because they'll bite them up. But
Right.
same with the other guy, right?
Whoa. Don't get off. That thing's about to get off. Oh my god.
Not a third one. I got on his back.
That thing sounded like a mountain lion right there. Did you hear that?
Yeah, that's what the Clemson Tigers sound like. That's why I don't really like it. How many of them do y'all got?
Oh.
Aw.
Sucks for the tiger, man. They didn't try to be there.
I know.
He fights for the Sahara, not for Rome.
Yeah, get mad. My fallen
He's pissed.
champion.
Wow. So much of his political future just has to do with this guy dying or not.
Yeah, I guess just
That's kind
like
of crazy.
just like the success of this stuff to distract them.
Oh, he said no.
Because the Emperor told him to, basically.
Oh, he's just basically defying him?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
I think he wouldn't have done it anyways, maybe. I don't know. So defying the Emperor is what they like.
Right. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
wow. So he's a political movement on his own.
Better let him live, bro.
How about he suits up and fights for the kingdom? Not the kingdom, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's never going to do that.
What am I going to do with you? You simply won't Die. Are we so different, you and I? You take life when you have to, as I do.
I have only one more life to take.
Then take it now.
Don't tempt him.
But like he can't do that though, because that's like the.
Yeah, he'll blow his opportunity.
Time for honoring yourself will soon be at an end. Highness.
I feel like he might not even have to do it because he's gonna get these people against him. I feel it.
If I was Commodus though, that would have stressed me out. Because he just can't catch a W right now, basically.
Tell the men their general lives. Find me. Move along! Find me.
The resistance.
His.
Oh, wow.
His purpose, his why.
Yeah.
And now they love Maximus for his mercy.
Oh my God. You
Crybaby.
whiny little
Makes
brat.
me even more unmerciful. The whole thing's like some great nightmare.
Every day he lives, they grow bolder.
Oh, wow.
Kill him.
No,
That'll make him a martyr.
I will not make a martyr of him.
Right.
Cicero, my old friend. How long have the men been in Ostia?
Oh, winter.
How soon do you think they could be ready to fight?
For you, tomorrow.
That's what you want to hear right there.
I need you to do something for me.
My lady, I served your father, Vindabona. Back, my lady.
Stop.
She's just lounging.
The general sends word he will meet your politician.
For your loyalty, soldier.
Thank you, my lady.
Good thing them dudes don't be asking questions though. Like the ushers.
Mm-hmm.
Senator Gracchus?
Get me outside the city walls. Have fresh horses ready to take me to Ostia. My army is encamped there.
Once all of Rome is yours, you'll just give it back to the people. Tell me why.
Because that was the last wish of a dying man.
It was.
I will kill Commodus. The fate of Rome, I leave to you.
You stay alive, or I'll be dead.
That sucks, man. He really wants to do some good, but the moment he gets an opportunity to try to enact that good, there's going to be some corrupt POS behind him ready to stab him in the back.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you are a man of your word, General. You would die for Rome.
But not you.
I'm an entertainer.
He said, you ain't nothing but some profit to me, big dog.
So he won't let him go get his army.
Oh, wow. Did you hear that?
What?
He killed the man that set him free.
Oh, no.
Where have you been? For the health of Rome, the Senate must be bled, and he will bleed too.
Wow.
So he knows, man.
Do you remember what our father said once? It's a dream. Life is. And I have only you to share it with.
That's so strange, dude. The only person he thinks that he can even relate to is his sister in the whole entire freaking empire. But he can't stop being weird.
I bet she can't wait for him to get killed.
So he just can't get love from anyone. Is what the movie's trying to say, right? Like everyone just rejects it from him.
You know I love you.
What you think, babe? Not into it?
Nope, I think she loves him so much that it's his time to die. Tomorrow. In 2 days.
My brothers had Gracchus arrested. We daren't wait any longer. We must leave tonight. Proxima will come at midnight and take you to the gate.
You risk too much because your father chose me.
No, because my father loved you. And because I loved you.
Dang.
That is crazy, man. Your wife's watching, bro.
Was it very different then?
You laughed more.
I'll be honest with you, man. I was really hoping he wouldn't do that. I'd have liked his character a little bit more had he not.
Well, I mean, she just set all that up for him, so maybe that's just what she needed for the reward.
Yeah.
She risked everything.
But it's kind of weird, though. Like, the whole reason he's doing all this is to, like, avenge his wife. So it's just kind of strange he's doing that. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. I could be totally off. Maybe he just wants to, like, kill the company one more time before he dies. I don't know.
That. And I got you.
Isn't it late to be playing Legionnaire?
I'm not a legionnaire.
Not a Legionnaire.
I'm a gladiator.
Uh-oh.
A gladiator.
I'm Maximus, the savior of Rome.
Uh-oh.
The savior of Rome. And who said that?
Oh, not the hugs from him.
Sister, join us.
Manipulation.
I've been reading to dear Lucius. We've been reading about the great Mark Antony and his adventures in Egypt.
The queen killed herself with a snake.
Tomorrow night, I'll tell you the story of Emperor Claudius. He was betrayed by his own blood.
Oh, my God.
So this is like a threat, Loki.
But the Emperor Claudius knew that they're up to something. And what do you think happened then, Lucius?
I ain't hanging out with you no more.
The little bee told him everything.
Oh, no. She'll do anything for her son.
In the name of the Emperor! Proximo! You want to die, old man?
Here, everything is prepared. It seems
He's gonna sacrifice himself? Oh, wow.
Proxima, are you in danger of becoming a good man?
This is basically for Rome now.
I only need moments, so do not be careless with your lives.
We wait here for you, Maximus. Strength and honor.
Let's go, Kent Shamrock.
Strength and honor.
Whoa, they left it for him. That was cool.
There's that thing he wants.
Yeah. Is he about to put his name on it or something?
I hope so.
Shed his dust.
Oh my gosh.
Man, he literally sacrificed himself for this. So did he.
Everything's just going to plan too, so far.
Maximus!
No.
I'm sorry.
He warned him.
Yeah, that was so cruel the way they did him like that, man. That was crazy. That was one of the darker things I've ever seen, actually.
I was not expecting that.
It's done.
He ain't dead, is he?
I don't think he went down that easy.
Or should I be merciful? Commodus the Merciful. Lucius will stay with me now. And if his mother so much as looks at me in a manner that displeases me, you will die.
Oh my gosh.
And as for you, you will love me as I loved you.
Oh
You will
no.
provide me with an heir of pure blood. Am I not merciful?
You're a psycho is what you are, bro.
You're the worst.
Am I not merciful?
He's frustrated. They're throwing roses like he's dead.
No, that's what they do every time it comes out.
Oh, they're waiting on him? Oh, wow. He's wearing whiter clothes like he's holy or something.
Mm-hmm.
They call for you, the general who became a slave, the slave who became a gladiator, the gladiator who defied an emperor. A striking story. And what could be more glorious than to challenge the emperor himself in the great arena?
You would fight me?
Do you think I'm afraid?
He's gonna have booby traps.
You've been afraid all your life.
Unlike Maximus the Invincible, who knows no fear. I wonder, did your friend smile at his own death?
Oh, wow.
Ooh, it was your dad.
He was your father.
You loved my father, I know, but so did I. That makes us brothers, doesn't it? Smile for me now, brother. Strap on his armor. Conceal the wound.
Oh, he cheated. Oh my gosh, you're so much worse than I even thought you were, bro. I mean, I'll give it to him. At least he's gonna go fight the man, but geez.
He's gonna do it so then the people will be like, oh, we love him now. All of a sudden,
Exactly.
all we had to do was slay the gladiator. What a diplomatic guy.
And it's so corrupt that everyone saw him do it, and he's like, conceal the wound, cover it up, and everyone's just gonna keep rocking with it.
What an entrance, though. Like, that looked crazy. You can do it. Bitter it up.
One more time, dude. I don't think I pointed out, but his name is like Max, like, you know, more awesome. The other guy's common, like you're just like a common folk.
I mean, he has some skills. Remember, he was beating up everyone in the woods. They were just kind of slow to the draw.
Oh, we didn't expect that. Close.
Oh. This is make or break for this emperor, though.
Yeah, he risked it
Literally.
all. I'm shocked that he even decided to do this. I'll break it down after why I think he did, but
Quintus, sword! Give me your sword!
Don't do it.
Sword! Give me a sword!
Sheathe your sword! Sheathe your sword!
That's cheating.
Oh, he can see it. Is he starting to like fade out?
Oh my gosh.
Break it. Yes, do it.
Oh my gosh.
Look, no one cares. No one cares. Everybody wants it to happen. Oh, you were so close. Did he stab him?
Yeah.
Oh, you finally got caught.
Say Hail Caesar. Come on. Do it. They don't like know how to feel, I guess.
Dude, I don't know, man. Maybe they're just shocked.
Like someone actually did that and they witnessed it.
Maybe they're all shocked at how much no one really cared.
Right.
Maximus. Quintus, free my men. Senator Gracchus is to be reinstated. There was a dream that was Rome. These are the wishes of Marcus Aurelius.
Maximus.
Lucius is safe.
Aww.
Go to them.
Aww. So that's what the beginning was.
Is Rome worth one good man's life? We believed it once. Make us believe it again. He was a soldier of Rome. Honor him.
Who will help me carry him?
Everybody will.
Oh, even Lucius.
Look at his lifeless body just laying there. No one cares about it.
Yeah, no one helped carry him.
I hope she goes and kicks it and spits on it.
Aww.
Now we are free. And we'll see you again, but not yet.
Yeah, because of him, basically.
Directed by Ridley Scott. So guys, that was Gladiator. That was one of the best movies I've ever seen, hands down. I don't know why I enjoyed it so much. I think it has so much to do with the little political implications. I think it had so much to do with the body language. I think it had so much to do with Joaquin Phoenix in this movie. He was amazing. I hope I said his name right. I hope I didn't butcher that.
Everyone was amazing in it.
Before I even start rambling, because you know how I get, baby, on a scale from 1 to 10, what did you rate this movie?
Okay, my dad, let me just say this. My dad, good job, Ron. That was a good one. I'll give you that. That was good taste. It was a 10.
Not bad, Ronnie B. Not bad.
It was a 10. I was captivated the whole time.
Very good movie.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was a bummer that, it was a bummer and also good that he finally got to be with his family. It just sucks like he did all of this to just die, you know? But it was good because he was right where he wanted to be. The politics made it just so like, you just had no idea what was going to happen next. And
well, I will say one of the things of the movie was trying to tell us that it wasn't that he did all that just to die. Like dying was ultimately the goal. It's just that it was all about how will you be remembered, you know? So dying was the end goal, but it was just about how he handled his business before he did. So
he did exactly what the guy, what's his name? The first emperor?
Yeah.
He did exactly what he asked him to do. So basically he did that. It was his job. When his job was done, that was it.
Yeah, man. So just to do a quick little recap and break it down. So you meet a character and you meet a guy and he's just such a noble person, especially in the time. And he's leading the army and the emperor says to him, "You're like the son that I never had." What's his name again? Not Commodus, but Maximus, right? And so Maximus says, "Well, I don't want to bestow this honor. Like I want to go home and be with my family." And he goes, "Well, ultimately that's why you're the best man for the job. You know, you don't desire the greed and the corruption and all the perks and privileges that comes with being political in this system, right?" And so that really sat wrong with Commodus, right? Because he was just someone who was driven by his ego. And even ultimately in the end of this movie, you saw that his ego killed him.
Right.
You know,
he thought it would get handed to him is what it was.
Basically, yeah. And he was like a petulant child. He was spoiled. He was emotional. He didn't really have an ability to not really communicate. He seemed to speak very well, but he wasn't willing to like negotiate. He was a dictator basically. Right. And I thought it was very interesting in this movie, the political system of Rome. There was basically some form of democracy that they wanted to set in. And then there was his version of Rome, which is everyone's just under my subject and we don't really have time for all this. So his ideology was basically, if everyone's bickering about how things should be like we do in democracy, there's going to be all these problems that are going to go unsolved, and there's all this corruption that's going to go unseen because people are going to be too distracted arguing this two-party system, basically, or whatever the case may be. He said, damn all that, I'm a dictator. And that's just like every tyrant, right? They think that they know best, and a lot of us do think we know best, but ultimately it's just the system in itself, man. And I just think that it was just a story of a guy whose ego was so big that in the end he thought that he could challenge that man even if he was injured and win. He knew he shouldn't have been able to do that. And just the fact that he was willing to get out there and do it, just the fact that no one fought to like try to make him stop.
It showed they didn't care. It showed that
no one cared about him.
It showed that he didn't win anybody by what he had going on.
I do feel a little bad for him because his dad even made the comment, like, if I'd have been a better father, you would have turned out to be less of a disappointment of a son. And, you know, there's always truth to that.
But he was saying, he literally said, though, that in his 20 years of reigning, 16 of them were fighting. How could he have been a father, you know?
Right, yeah.
Like, what could he have really done if he was fighting all 16 of 20 years?
Well, yeah, but it doesn't. But the thing is like, this doesn't seem to be a character that just made a choice to be evil or maybe, like, wasn't taught right. I mean, this guy was just evil. Like, This guy was screwed up. I mean, this guy had a lot of issues. It's really hard for me to imagine that if his dad would have spent any time just walking along the hillside and like just maybe pointing out the villages and being like, look, son, this is what we fight for. This is, you know, what makes our society run. This is the children, the youth, the old, you know, this is what we care about. All those things, like something would have stuck, but this man seemed to just,
or maybe just been in battle with them a few times.
But to be honest, I don't know, because the movie was kind of short and it was my first view. I don't really know what his motivations were. It seemed like to me, he just wanted to enjoy the luxuries basically of what everyone's built. But at the same time, like...
But he was trying to change it on its head, though.
Right, but at the same time, he was doing... He seemed to think that what he was doing was best. Right. You get what I'm trying to say?
Right, he just had this, like, whole political, like, ambition that we didn't really know because he didn't really say it too much, but we knew it was different from what they already had going on for sure.
Right, well, I mean, I guess that's, like, why being a dictator is so appealing, or it's so... Well, not, like, appealing, but it's so, like... attracted to so many people, because the things that they were saying, like the things that he was saying, they're not necessarily wrong. Right. I mean, with like, look at our system in the United States, like it is absolutely screwed up. I mean, we elect the less of two evils, and you know, we all do that, you know, and so like there's just a lot of issues that we have. You can imagine what it'd been like in Rome, and this guy just didn't seem to... It's really hard to speak on how he was as a leader, to be honest, in the movie. It's really easy to speak on his narcissistic personality and just...
But you can say, as a leader, you can say he did opposite of what his father did. So if his father ruled something out, he was going to bring it back in.
Right.
So it's basically like he was leading, like, what's the word? Spitefully, in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. So he was basically using his position to, like, further his ego. He basically tried to use his position of power to force all these people to care about him because, I mean, he was literally given a whole empire, and...
He wasn't giving it. He took it.
To quote what Robert Baratheon said on Game of Thrones, he said the day that... What's Ned Stark's sister when she died? What was her name?
Lyanna.
I think Lyanna Stark, right? He said the death of Lyanna Stark was a hole so big that all of the Seven Kingdoms couldn't fill it. And that's basically how this guy was, man. He was someone who just didn't know love.
Right. He just had some daddy issues, bad. And because of that, it was like the reason why he was so corrupt and ultimately led to his death.
Maximus... He did the same thing that Eddard Stark did in Game of Thrones to me, guys. Sorry not to make comparisons in the two, but we just are on a journey right now, right? And to be honest, man, there was a lot of parallels between those two.
More than I wanted to. Game and like a medieval not medieval, you know what I mean?
I'm starting to think.
Setting.
Sorry to interrupt you, sweetheart.
No, you're good.
I'm starting to think there was a lot more taken from this movie in the Game of Thrones world than maybe I'd realized, because there was a lot of parallels in this. Right. Yeah, man. Basically, you're right. Let's talk about the parallels between Eddard Stark and the main character in this, Maximus. So this was a man of moral character. It seems like in this day and age, having moral character, being a free thinker, not just being someone who will just necessarily be loyal to the crown. It seemed like that was something that was very admired back then, maybe because it was rare, and that led him. I mean, minus the fact that he was a great warrior, right? But that carried him very far, especially politically. He was a general. But, you know, man, he made that same mistake. When Commodus said, do you support me, basically, he should have pretended to support him. He should have just played his cards right. And then he should have made a move underneath the cover of darkness when the time called for it. I know that's a lot snakier. There's not as much honor in that. Like, I definitely get that. But his family would have been alive if he could have played that a little smarter. I'm not even gonna lie about that. You know what I mean? I love the big brashy honor. I'm gonna do what's right no matter what. No matter who gets hurt. But dude, that kind of sucks for your kids and family. You know what I'm saying?
But going along with that, he also had a love for the emperor. So his love for the emperor was a different kind of love. Though he had love for his family, he looked at the emperor as a father as well. He even said, as he was dying, father. So I think that you're kind of forgetting how much of a love he had for that. Because when you think about that, then you think, okay, he could have easily just said, yeah, dude, I agree with you. I'm fighting for you. But he didn't, because he loved the emperor himself.
Well, it seemed like he just made such an emotional decision that cost him. Like, I get it, right? And I'm not saying love the emperor less. I'm just saying be smarter about how you go about your business. Like, ultimately, it worked out for him in a sense, but I mean, he could have handled that in a million different ways, obviously. The same way Eddard Stark could have handled it on Game of Thrones. Guys, if you haven't seen that, man, if you've seen this movie and you haven't seen Game of Thrones, you should probably go check that out. It's
because you'll definitely like it. I'm just going to say that.
I'll give this movie a 10 out of 10, but I give that show a 10 out of 10 also. Not to draw, but you know, they draw so much comparison off each other. Maybe I'm just into this vibe, right? I mean, the stakes, when you're in this type of world, the stakes are just so high. You know what I mean? And
it's just every little twist and turn is stressful. Like everything. Right. Because you just, any wrong word you could put of someone like a Joffrey or a Commodus, any wrong thing you say is your head. So.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Them being on the screen is just stressful, but fun.
It's so much fun. And you know, the thing is like, we've seen the hero acted out so many times. The hero is always deep. The hero is complex. The hero is to be rooted for, admired, persevered. You can go on forever, right? The villain, on the other hand, man, not always so much. Sometimes the villain doesn't get necessarily like for example, you love Spider-Man so much, but people aren't quite as passionate about Doc Ock, right? I mean, like, his character is great, don't get me wrong, but we're not sitting there thinking about Doc Ock as much as we are Spider-Man. In this movie, man, I think Joaquin Phoenix carried the movie.
Right, the villain was like, honestly,
he was phenomenal, guys.
Yeah, he was kind of a main character himself. It wasn't just Maximus the whole time. It was also him. So
if he would have been like a real life, well, obviously his character, I think, was based on a real character. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that was a real guy in history. But guys, his character, like the way he portrayed that, was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. One of the best performances maybe I've ever seen, man. Like, and I know he didn't do too much. He wasn't over the top. He didn't have some great crazy scene where he had to do too much, but it was the subtlety. The subtlety amplified this. It was phenomenal.
Even when he was just like whiny, like when he would be whiny, it was so like I understand, like you can just feel that he was spoiled, like kind of like a spoiled brat. And it was like,
you know what he did when he whined? He done such a good job. When he started whining, the message he sent to me was, because of you, like you, it's your fault. My world is not spinning correctly, and it's your fault, and I am not going to be happy until you've suffered. And like when he would whine, that was just the feeling that would come over me. And he didn't have to say it. He didn't have to express it.
He was impressive. Happened. He did a good job.
Like, Russell Crowe, you're really phenomenal in this movie, man. I mean, dude, your droopy facial expressions where you just peered Sally into the camera, you were phenomenal. I'm trying to be funny, but seriously, guys, I really think that his lack of like, I'm not going to say lack of a character, because that's not what I mean. But the fact that he didn't have some over-the-top personality.
Right, that he wasn't giving it back. If he was giving it back, it wouldn't have been as effective to me. The fact that he just was like about what he was about, and that was it. He wasn't any more or any less. The only reason he was doing this stuff was because the guy was right. Proxima was right. You do need to win the fans. So just to survive, anything he was doing that was extra or anything out of that was for survival only. So he could get to his ultimate goal.
The way he handled himself on every level humiliated the Emperor, like on every level. So just every facial expression he would make was just
insulting.
It seemed so much more noble than what the Emperor was able to do. He came across so much more genuine, just so much more relatable, so much more human, basically. And I just thought it was good, man. I could break down the character, the psychology, just that's something I'm really enjoying, man. The parallels between the characters, for real.
Because they were like two so closely knit characters that could have been like brothers, could have worked together. They could have been all of it, you know?
Dude, he gives me Cersei vibes, too. There was a lot of parallels between him and Cersei, especially with like the narcissism of like
Liking your sibling, yeah.
Right, but the reason why he liked his sibling and just like the weirdness of it. And it was just very... Can we talk about the costumes?
Yeah, they were amazing.
And the color grade in this?
100%. If you were to tell me, if I was to just watch this out of nowhere today and y'all told me it was shot like, 3 years ago or something, I would have believed you. Because it was just like, I think it was definitely like ahead of its time.
Maybe that's why we always reminisce about like old times and how there's just narrative out there that things used to be better. I don't know if that's true or false. I personally believe that. I think that things are getting worse as time moves on, but maybe it's just because like I'm just getting older and I've seen it and I've heard of it more, and it's harder to find new things. But man, this stood up to anything, and I really can genuinely say, like, when it comes to like costumes and the amount of work and texture and detail that goes into like, just capturing that. You can do it with CGI, you can do it with programs and AI and stuff like that, man. But there's just something about just these real sculpted. Right. It was phenomenal,
guys. A behind the scenes thing on this would be really interesting.
It would
I'm
be,
sure
100%.
A lot of that armor they had on and stuff, like now you can like probably like find lesser and stuff like that. But back then, I'm sure like you had to just go with what you had, and that stuff was probably heavy.
It's really, one more thing I do want to point out, man, is like, it's just really crazy to think, because of power structures and hierarchies, that an emperor that no one loves, his own father didn't want him to rule. And obviously if his dad didn't want him to rule, I mean, you can't hide that, right? I'm sure the empire knew that.
Right.
People knew that. No one loved him. No one cared about him. Everyone sort of despised him. They mocked him openly. They were openly booing him. He sent soldiers who didn't even have like a real reason to support his claim to a peaceful farmland. They executed a mother and a child. And these soldiers would do that just based on like being given an order because of a power structure.
Right.
We live in a society, like, we're Americans, and not just Americans, man. We just live in the 21st century, and there's people all around the globe with this mentality, but it is extremely, extremely hard to fathom that unless you had some extreme leverage on me, that anyone's ever going to order me to do something like that, and I'm going to be okay with
like
it.
Like absolutely absurd like that. Yeah, totally.
I would be so desperate to not have to do something like that I would be dangerous. Like, I would be scared of myself.
Right.
I'd be scared of what I would do.
Boy.
To not have to do something like that. And if it meant killing an emperor who told me to do that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand they're going to torture me and kill me, but the whole theme of the movie is death comes for us all anyways, right? It's all about how you live. I couldn't do it. And maybe that's just because I've never lived in a time where I've had to do that. I never lived in that society. But to be honest, guys, I think that's effed up, man. Right. And that's the thing that I really take away. Every time I see something like this, I'm just so grateful that we don't live in a society where people can do that. But in a sense, we do. We all understand that. They can always put the IRS on you or send you to jail or whatever the case may be. But man, this movie was nuts, guys. Right. One of the best I've ever seen. I've blabbered long enough, babe. I've covered about all I can cover.
Well, there's something I did want to like think about really quick because it was crazy. I don't know, when you're talking about costumes, at the end when he had like on that white thing and the other guy had on the black thing, and like, to me, just like they were polar opposite the whole time. That expressed it. But then also, like, they were both dying. One of them had like a funeral thing on, and one of them acted like he was so holy. He was like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's just how I saw that.
To piggy back off you, babe. Like you said, in the end of this movie, guys, if you notice, the Emperor had on white, but the other guy didn't, right? And so it almost seemed like the Emperor was lying to himself.
Yeah.
He was lying about who he was. The other guy, he wore black. He didn't have to wear white because he knew who he was.
Right.
You get what I'm trying to say? Is that what you're trying to say?
It was like a weird symbolism. Like, a lot of maybe not all the costumes in this one, like, as I can notice in Game of Thrones, has a lot of symbolism. Because, like, in Game of Thrones, you can change it because it's a season.
Yeah.
But in, like, this right here, like, you kind of picked up on it. You kind of picked up on a lot of small things like that.
You picked up on, like, his eyes getting dark. It almost seemed like the longer he was emperor, it was almost like...
It was, like, making him sick in a way.
Dude, it was almost like he sat in that role, and the universe allowed... He sat in that role, right? And the universe rejected him and said, you're not fit for this. And so he was, like, wearing it on his face. Like, yeah. It was almost like it was starting to, like, eat him from the inside.
Right. Just like probably just the politics of everything that was going on then, and you're not ready. You're not even the person that is appointed, and you're just taking over.
It's crazy when he was basically like, when he first became emperor, everyone was cheering for him, and then he made the comment like, "I hope this wasn't too expensive," because I forget how he worded it, but basically he said that he paid people.
Yeah.
And guys, they really do that, and it's just funny how this movie just captures society in so many ways like that, and just.
but parallels it into like
it's crazy, man.
Into AD times.
You guys might can see the excitement, guys. I thought this was one of the best pieces of film I've ever seen. I love this movie. This was great. Maybe it's because I'm a dude or something, but this was good.
Like, you're very excited. I mean, I'm excited. It was great, but like, geez, I'm not like. Well, your energy is like kind of like.
It was such a good movie because it was so simple. It was
a great movie. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, you're right.
It was just good to see, guys. I liked it because it was honestly, at the end of the day, it was very simple. There wasn't really much to the movie if you really want to break it down.
And you notice about like I'm going to say Lord of the Rings on top of this. This and Lord of the Rings, they don't do much and add a lot. Like just like by their dialogues, by the deep dialogues, by the deep like the music, the costumes.
Maybe that's why I'm excited because movies nowadays just have to do too much.
Right.
Like, every little funny like, you know, a movie can't just be funny because it's funny anymore. It has to be funny because they always have to put in some corny joke. Dude, movies just do too much, and I just think that I really enjoyed this one. I don't think they'll make a movie quite like this. I just think that those days are over.
Right, less has definitely been more with this one. The Lord of the Rings franchise. Yes,
this movie wasn't about dialogue. It wasn't about action. It wasn't about any of that, man. It was about facial expressions. It was about facial expressions. It was about anticipation of the unknown because of different personalities, and it was about the fact that there was information that needed to be shared, aka you won't be emperor, Communist isn't dead. There was all this information, and this movie was about the anxiety of how is this crazy, tyrannical, sick usurper gonna basically handle this. And I just thought it was really good, man. It was so simple, it was so good. It's one of those type of movies that you can watch it and you can really learn a lot about like the human condition, human nature, what it's like to be alive, you know. Like you noticed in the movie, like it was all about narrative, you know, like and that's how life is. Like I could go plead my innocence to the world, I could be accused of something, and I could try to speak to people with as much logic and reason, and at the end of the day, if you don't care about that, you're just not gonna care about that. And this movie was like that. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us to the end, man. Like, comment, subscribe. We are on Patreon, guys. We post the whole freaking movie over there uncut, and you can just go watch it. It's like, you know, man, it's something that we try to do as much as possible. People really enjoy it, so go hit us up over there. Yeah, you guys are awesome, man. Thank you so much for the support. I'll repeat it again.
Shout out to my dad for this one.
Yeah, shout out to Ron. Thank you so much, Mr. Ron. This was a great movie.
Guess we gotta watch Apocalypto now since
we'll definitely be watching
we like
that one,
your style, Dad.
And guys, I'm 100% gonna watch this movie multiple times before it's all said and done because, you know, we'll watch it back after editing. We'll watch it when it goes on YouTube. We always put our movies on and just make sure that they're good and stuff. Make sure we don't do anything that's gonna like mess the movie up or anything like that. So yeah, I'll definitely be watching it again. I'll go watch it with Mr. Barnhill. So all right, guys, peace.